Hi, this is CZ650 and today we're talking PS4 woes. Never good to have something break on your PlayStation. So hi, this is the subject of today. It's PS4s. Now this will include the PS4 Slim, PS4 Fat and the one that I've got, PS4 Pro. I like my PS4 Pro. It works well and it's gone through quite a bit of hammering with a lot of different games. I also have VR, as you've seen from previous videos, so it goes through a little bit of a hassle with that as well. Now the thing that gets is that with the usage of discs and with the VR, it causes heat. As you've seen, fans eventually give out, something goes wrong and you've got a problem and you're in the middle of a game and it sucks and you've got to either rip the system apart if you're good enough to do so or find someone to do it. If you're doing it yourself, you've got to find reliable parts. One thing I will turn around and say is sort of a footnote here. If you are, the coding on it, make sure that you've got exactly what you buy. Because Amazon, blessed, will get you 24 hours and they'll get the part that you're looking for. Excellent. But it could be an aftermarket part, which has a slight variance and a slight difference. Be very careful what you're doing there, because if you do, you will end up probably with less time using it. That being said, so my fan gave out. I bought a part off of Amazon, I got it sorted through, I put the fan in, cleaned out the system as I always do. As I turned around and said, hoover in the sides, all the vents around the centre, underneath, the back, disc cleaner through, all good. So the thing that gets is that this is still boiling, because at this point in time I am knocking 10 bells out of Gran Turismo. And that generates a lot of heat because unless you've actually got a download version of it, logically looking at it, you are going to generate heat out of a PS4. So, with that being said, I tried the other way. Take your unit out of an enclosed area, make sure that it's got enough breathing room around it, clean it once a week, sides, as I say, fans at the back, make sure that it's all good and done and dusted. From that point on, then you should be all good. But then you've got one or two ways to do it. You can lie it on its side. So you can put it on a side unit, because they build them so they hook on here and here and they slide in at the top. Now the heat hits the back, but heat rises. This is the scary bit that people forget. Heat rises, which means that it's going to still be caught on this unit and it will still contain itself in an area if it's fairly close to a wall. And I don't know many people that have units like this sitting in the middle of the room. So it's still going to cause that problem. It's still going to cause the system to overheat and there still will be the problem. So this is where the problem begins. So now, as you can see, where I've put it, I have decided to raise it. So it looks like it's floating at this point in time. But all I've done was I bought some Perspex units and put it underneath. It's not understable, it's not overstable, but it's clearing the vents down here at the top and it's given enough room at the back. So with that being said, yeah, at this point in time it's doing pretty well. As I say, if you're using lots of discs or you're using VR, giving it as much air as you can is a really, really good idea. So as I turned around and said, I managed to get some of these. These are basically just sort of card holders and plate holders and stuff like that. And what I done was I turned it on its side, stuck the unit on top of it, and it's pretty sturdy. It does exactly what it needs to do, and that's all good. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for something that's going to hold this system in place. Also good if you want to make it look like your PS4 is floating. Does look quite well. As I said, it is very sturdy. I was quite chuffed with it. But it was the only way that I could find a way to clear a gapping all the way around this section here, which is pretty much where your vents are. So cleaning your vents down the back, clean it along the top, cleaning it underneath. Those are pretty much the hot spots for heat. Good little system, would advise. So, PlayStation 4 and the joys of it, that logically, yes, this is a brilliant idea. It makes it look a little bit floaty, freaks your mates out, always good. But logically looking at it, you're going to have possibly somebody that's going to knock it. And is it as stable as it needs to be? Potentially not. So, with it being said, with the cleaning and making sure that your airflow is good all the way around so you can prolong the life of your PS4, whatever model it is, you need a stand. Now this is what PlayStation gave with. Basically, this is something that's Sony's brand stuck on it, nice and clear. And this, if you plug this into your system, will hold your system up. But take note, you plug it in like this, and logically looking at it, that's instantaneously blocking up one of your air vents. So you're now blowing air through this system and this system here, and this one's blocked. So you're losing the capability of losing as much air as you can on that system by this unit being made. Now there's one of two reasons for this, I would say. That's either a really good ploy by PlayStation to sit there and kill a system a bit quicker, or, because I'm not that person that wants to go libelous, but it is a really stupid idea that they're going to be causing a way to block the air, hot air, that can kill their system, or our system, really quickly. So, these ideas, really bad. Really, really bad idea. Wouldn't advise. And I should imagine that a lot of people have got their PlayStation 4s upended on one of these units. So with that being said, I decided to go a little bit further, and hence the plastic at the bottom. But yet again, still not solid. So I went for the other idea and found these. Now these little bunnies are actually quite good because these were found on eBay. This is 1 day turnaround, and if you're suffering with the same problem that I have, this is a good way to solve it. Because, lo and behold, as I said, 3D printed, £6.99. The link will be at the bottom of this. So, these are actually good. Now, the seller is actually a really genuine guy. These fit in, and would you believe it? The hole, ta-da! Going straight down the centre, opens up the air vent along the sides so it's not blocked. So you've got maximum hold, good support, and it's running clear. So here's the ending result of this. I am going to put these to a test and see how they work. Now, at this point in time, to be quite honest with you, I'm quite impressed with them. They fit nicely. It's definitely giving the area that I need to be clear, so at the end of the day, it saves my disc from giving me grief. I'm going to try it on and see if it rattles through and do, but I've literally just pulled these out of the packet, and let's see how they go. Let's see if it's a good invention for PlayStation 4s that PS didn't think of. So, yeah, it fits on. It's still got movement as it rests. And it doesn't seem to cause any problems with it. Also gives it a nice air clearance. So let's fire her up. And let's see if it really is as good as I think it is. So as you can see, straight through, it gives a nice clean gap all the way through to the end. So that's not a bad thing. There's my hand at the other side. So it does give a lot of extras. And it runs through and it seems stable. So, taking into account my fan's running nicely now, and doing what it needs to, and it's now just managed to obtain the air that it's missing, I would turn around and say that this was a win. And I'd also turn around and say that this is a good investment for a PS4 Pro. Now, they do this for all the makes, and as I said, the link will be in the description so you know who to go to, what to go to. But I'd advise anybody who's got a PS4, because they are quite renowned for blowing up fans and doing hard drives and all kinds of other little extras, I'd advise giving this a go. So for me, I would say currently at this point in time, we're looking at, well, not often I say this, you can't ever give anything a 10, it's a 9.5. But it seems to do everything that is required. And I hope this helps somebody who's going through the same stuff as I am now. And I hope it gets them out of a fix. So with that being said, that's me, Susie 650, with a 3D printed gimmick that PlayStation can get the idea of, rather than using their air vent block up. And that's me happily signing out. Right, so as a final thinking to this, after I put it all together and it's working superbly, I'd just like to add that while putting all the cabling through and having a rethought on it, it also works as a brilliant cable holder because it keeps everything to the sides. So it really is an immensely good idea. So as I say, if you've bought these and you'd like to leave your thoughts, then please do. It'd always be nice to know. And if you haven't, then all I can say is I can't see any bad to these, and I hope that they do the same job for me as they will do for you if you need this. With that, thank you for watching.